Hello, today is March 20th and this is week 4 of Let's Get Healthy Together. This week was a really wonderful week. My birthday was on Thursday. I took 2 days off of work at the end of the week and I just feel so refreshed and rejuvenated. And as much as I'm bummed to be going back to work, I definitely feel really ready for it. I first wanted to give a little bit of a recap on how I celebrated my birthday, and it was incredible. I spent the majority of my time with my parents who just moved back to DC, and we had so much fun exploring the city, eating out, having really fun excursions, and just spending a lot of quality time with each other. As far as meeting my goals this week, as I mentioned last week, this week was a little bit different just because, again, I wanted to be able to fit in celebrating my birthday and I didn't want to be too rigid with all of my goals. However, I will say I still did hit all 7 of my workouts. I really prioritized working out first thing in the morning, even on my days off and on my weekends, and I'm really proud of that. And it was just really the perfect way to start the day. I did a total of 5 meditations, so I was so excited that I actually met my goal this week. I will say, however, 4 of them were during the week and 1 was on Saturday, so I missed the Friday meditation, but because I wasn't working, I think that that's okay. The goal is to meditate on every work day just so that it kind of puts me in the right mindset before I go and get triggered by coworkers or clients. And even though I didn't meet all 5 during the actual work week, I was happy that I was able to dedicate 10 to 20 or more minutes a day to focusing on myself 5 times this week. I completed my morning and my night skincare all 7 days of this week. I was so thrilled with myself. My skin, I think, is looking pretty okay. I've got some spots of where things I think are just coming up because I'm using so many new products and I'm really I think they call it purging my skin. So I'm happy with how it looks. I'm hopeful that it continues to look good and glowy and that I just get rid of even more blemishes and redness and just end up with a glowy, gorgeous, young, and perfect skin tone. So no pressure to this routine. The bummer this week is that I only had my juice 3 times. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I did have my morning juice, but Thursday and Friday, again, because I took those days off, I did not make juice in the mornings. So I'm a little bit bummed about that, but again, I was willing to be a little bit more lenient on the goals this week because I knew I was having a kind of an extended weekend and celebrating and didn't want to be super strict about what I was eating or where or how or when. So I just kind of let go of some of the rules this week. I will also say that because my parents were the ones taking me out, I spent $0.00, but I ate out a ton this week. So a little bit of a disappointment in terms of actually meeting eating the healthy goals and the healthy things that I had already purchased. But because I wasn't spending money, I didn't feel quite as guilty about it. And I still made really healthy choices while I was out. So without further ado, let's get into the week. Sunday morning started with homemade croissants, and I was so incredibly impressed with how these turned out, and I had so much fun making them. Hello, hello, hello. It is Sunday afternoon. I finished making my croissants and they turned out incredible. So after I took a slow morning of eating my croissant and having multiple cups of coffee, I am now on my way to Mom's, the grocery store right down the street, to pick up some food and start my meal prep. I've also put an Olaplex hair mask in my hair in the hopes that I can kind of salvage some of the dead ends that I've had. All right, it's Sunday night, time to start meal prepping and making dinner for tonight. I'm gonna be making chicken caprese salad bowl and turkey Thai lettuce wraps for lunch and dinner for this week. So let's get started. Good Monday morning. It is Monday, March 13th. It's officially my birthday week. I just finished a great workout. Today I did my hair a little bit differently so that I ideally wouldn't have to wash it because I know they say that washing your hair every single day is bad for you, or bad for your hair at least, and I'm pretty pleased. I think I can get away with that. I am going to take Callie for a walk here shortly and then get started on making my juice and meditating. I actually ended up doing a breathwork session and it was super powerful. I loved this and think I will definitely incorporate it more often. So as you saw yesterday, I made croissants and I had one about an hour ago for kind of a late breakfast. Unfortunately, I only have one left. I'm so sad. They're already gone. They're so yummy, but it's probably for the best. I am known for eating things if they're here. If I don't seem to have a food item in my pantry, I'm not really ever craving it, but all I can think about today is eating another croissant. Today for lunch, it is the quinoa balsamic chicken bowls. So I heated up some chicken and quinoa that I had already cooked, prepped some cherry tomatoes, some mozzarella, and a little bit of basil, and put all of that on top of a bed of arugula with a balsamic vinaigrette dressing that I made. Tacos for dinner again. Today was super busy, but I was able to carve out some time after work to sit outside and drink a juice in a wine glass, work on a little bit of personal work, and just relax. Then I also had my new favorite dessert of yogurt, chocolate chips, and berries. All right, it's Tuesday at 9:30 and I'm out of the bath with my face washed, so I'm going to get into my skincare routine. While I was in the bath, I went ahead and washed my face with this Cetaphil Daily Facial Cleanser. I've been using this for about maybe 2 months now, and I really like it. It does leave my skin feeling a little bit tight after, but not in an uncomfortable or dry way. And I feel like my skin's been pretty relatively clear. So next I'm going to use Tatcha, the essence. Just put a couple of drops in my hand. And I like to spread this all over my face and neck. Next, I'm going to put on Buff It by The Ordinary. This is a multi-technology peptide system, and I just do about half of 1 tube's worth. And I try to wait until the Tatcha has dried a little bit because I know with layering skincare, you have to be really careful about what products work well with others. And I just like to make sure that all of my products are set. So the next thing that I'm gonna do as we start to get kind of thicker in my products is my multi-peptide eye cream. I got this, it's Naturium. I got it at Target for like 10 bucks. I've only been using it for about a week, so I'm not entirely sure about the effectiveness of it. I put about that much on my ring finger, and that will go between both of my eyes. Okay, next is a retinol serum. So I'm using the, is it ROC or ROC? Retinol Correction Deep Wrinkle Serum. And I typically do about 1 full pump for my face and maybe about another half of a pump for my neck. Okay, and the last step for this routine is the Ordinary 100% organic cold pressed rose hip seed oil. I like to do something a little bit heavier at night just because it helps to kind of seal in some of these products and make sure that I wake up a little bit dewier in the morning. And I'm really mindful not to rub this. This is more like us pressing it onto the skin rather than a rubbing. And then typically, because that's a lot of oil, I will have a little bit of leftover oil and I will just put it on the backs of my hands. This just keeps my hands feeling a little bit more moisturized. And I also try to make sure that I include some skincare on my hands because there's nothing worse than old lady hands. Good morning. I just finished my cardio portion of the workout for Wednesday. This is my cardio ab and glute day. And the routine has me doing a circuit, but I really enjoyed my Melissa Wood Health over the weekend on Saturday. And I think I'm gonna do that again just because it makes me feel a little bit more centered and zen while still getting all of the amazing workout benefits. Hey guys, it's 2:45 on Wednesday and I've been so busy that I actually haven't eaten anything today. All I've had is my green juice, not even a cup of coffee. I don't say that because that's something that I'm like proud of. I am hungry. I'm gonna eat now, but just trying to be real and honest and raw about what I eat and what I do, because I think that's really important here. I'm super busy just because I have Thursday and Friday off this week to celebrate my birthday. So I'm trying to fit 5 days worth of work into 3 days, and that's just been kicking my butt. But I'm finally finding a break between my meetings and my tasks, and I'm finally going to whip up something for me to munch on. Good morning, it's 11:15 on my birthday and I'm having a really great day so far. I just got back from the gym, I did my upper body workout, and earlier this morning Callie and I went on a walk and went to Starbucks and got my birthday drink for free. I'm going to get ready to meditate now, and then I will be putting on a self-tanner and getting ready for the rest of my birthday. I'm on my way to my birthday dinner. Very excited. We had Thai food and it was seriously so incredible. We ordered so much and were able to go home with a lot of really good leftovers. And they even gave me a birthday cake. After a really great workout, I did my skincare routine and got ready for the day. To celebrate my birthday, I wanted to do something a little bit more physical again, and so Callie and I walked around the tidal basin and got to see my favorite memorials. Then my mom treated me to an incredible 75-minute massage, which seriously just made me feel like luxury. After that, she and I went out for tapas and just enjoyed the night. It was a beautiful day in DC. It is Saturday, March 19th, and I've been feeling kind of funny today, so I took some time to journal and it brought up a lot of stuff. So I thought I would share some of that. There's this disconnect between what is and what I thought would be, and I'm trying more and more to accept what is, to reduce that stress in my life, but also to find ways in the present to get me closer to that, because I just think I'm having a hard time like accepting who I am and what my life is right now. I'm still not the person that I think I want to be. I'm still not choosing to spend my time the way I think I want to. I still don't have the relationships that that type of person that I want to be would have. I don't live where I would want to live. I don't do the type of work that I would want to do, even though my life is great. Like, there's nothing to complain about. There's not one bad thing about my life, but I think it's just not, I just don't feel fully aligned. I just feel like there's something else for me, and I just haven't tapped into that yet. I kind of thought to myself, like, this is a good opportunity for me to really meditate on that. And so I turned to my To Be Magnetic pathway and did the Authentic Code Deep Imagining. If you're not familiar, it's a manifestation course, and I listened to the podcast and I've been enrolled in the course for 2 years now, but I really take long gaps between doing the work, and I think that's part of the problem I've been having. Today I decided to do the Deep Imagining, and I did Authentic Code, and that is like the truest essence of yourself. What is the principles and the core values that your true authentic self would live by if it weren't for all of these changes that the world and your community has kind of implemented on you. The first thing that really came up for me was just this realization that my definition of success right now is just completely off base. It's totally externally driven. I'm obsessed with how people perceive me, how many likes a post gets, how many views something gets, how many people, call me out at work and say how great I do. It's just all external. Absolutely nothing about my success has been an internal process. And that's something that I really want to work on, is redefining success for myself. So the next task was to go through, they have 10 questions, and I won't list them all here, but they're really just questions to get you thinking about what your priorities are. And you write down 4 things for each of those. And then you come back and look at what are the 4 most common topics across all of those 10 questions. And those are your authentic code. And you kind of come to the root of what those things actually mean to you. And then you can use that to help you decide if you're doing things from a place of authenticity or if you're doing them from ego or from other, needs from other people. The 4 things that I came up with were wellness, being seen, financial freedom and abundance, and connection. I think what I'm going to do now is kind of take these 4 things and think about, what am I doing in my life now that is aligned with those things? What in my life is not aligned with those things? And what are the action steps I can take to get what's not aligned to be in alignment? And also come up with what my new definition of success is that is centered on me and not on other people.
After a little time relaxing, I decided to paint to help relieve a little bit more stress. Then I did a Melissa Wood health workout, which always makes me feel a little bit more centered. At night, we went first to a wine bar where I just had a little tasting of some wine, and then went to Chloe, an amazing DC restaurant.
All right, so that was week 4. It's officially been 28 days since we started this journey together, and I'm really enjoying it. I have a couple of goals for this next week, but for the most part, my hope is to just maintain all of the goals that I've so far established. I'm feeling a lot better about myself and my body and my mindset after implementing all of these different things over the last 4 weeks, and new routines, new goals, and just kind of seeing things in a different light. Some new things that I want to make sure that I hit this week are less long-term goals and more goals for this particular week. I really want to learn how to make a mocktail. This is a totally random one, but because I'm not drinking, I would love to have kind of a recipe up my sleeve that I can make myself, or that I can share with bartenders at restaurants, to be able to have something that is non-alcoholic but still fun, instead of just a water, which I do love water, but sometimes it's nice to have something to cheers with. I'm also hoping that I can finish my book this week. So I'm about halfway through right now, and I didn't read as much last week as I would have liked to. So I want to really make sure that I dedicate a good 30 or more minutes every night this week to reading, and also ideally finish my book. Also, after Saturday's really kind of deep and revealing meditation that I experienced through To Be Magnetic, I really want to make sure that not only do I meditate all 5 times this week during the weekdays, but that I also incorporate some more of my To Be Magnetic work. I really want to make sure that I'm addressing my underlying emotions more than I am just accepting them and then moving on. So that was everything for week 4. I'm really looking forward to week 5. I hope that you are too, and I'm loving this process together. I think that we're getting to a point where that routine is becoming really well established. I'm enjoying the work that I'm doing, the workouts, the meditations, the reading, the skincare. I feel like I'm noticing a difference in myself. And even though every single day isn't the best, most perfect day ever, I still feel like I'm heading in a much better direction lately. And that's all that we can really ask for. So come back next Monday for the week 5 recap. By that point, we will be officially halfway through this workout program that I've been doing. It's a 10-week program, and after that, I'll try something new. So let me know your thoughts on that workout program if you've been joining along with me, and any ideas on what we could try out next. And thanks so much for tagging along. I hope that you're having a great week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.